Hello, butterflies are pretty. There's no denying that. But they play a significant role in maintaining the environment and our ecosystem. In this video, I want to tell you about the time researchers used fidget spinners to figure out how climate change is affecting butterflies. Insects play a big role in nature, and the smallest change in nature can easily be reflected on insects due to their sizes and vulnerability. There is even a possibility that global warming is affecting insect size and the ecosystem, and hundreds of researches has been made to see the accuracy of this information. Do insects grow larger in warmer weather? Dr. Tseng at UBC has shown a research showing that warmer temperatures can actually cause butterflies to grow smaller in size and wingspan, causing them to fly shorter distance and carry less pollen. This does not help the ecosystem diverge, but only makes it harder for pollen to be carried long distances. Similar to bees, butterflies are important in our ecosystem as their bodies carry pollen to other plants, helping fruits, vegetables, and flowers pollinate and produce seeds. However, as the average temperature has been increasing due to global warming, there are many concerns about how insects respond to the change in temperature. The targeted organism for this study is the cabbage white butterfly, Pieris rapae. As they are common across the continent, they are great pollinators. Furthermore, insects in general have shorter life histories. Therefore, we expect a much quicker response in their appearance to climate warming. The study was conducted by gathering wild-laid eggs, and after they had hatched, they would be placed into temperature-controlled incubators. Then, after they had fully grown, the data of their flight distance, body size, wingspan were taken and plotted into a graph. Results showed that there was a negative effect of temperature on the mass of the butterflies. The butterflies developed at 18 degrees Celsius was much heavier than those developed at 24 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, the development time was much longer for the butterflies growing at 18 degrees Celsius than those grown at higher temperatures. The interesting way of measuring how fast and how far the butterflies fly is by using a mill which makes the butterfly fly in circles with a string attached to its body. Dr. Michelle and her team were having a difficult time creating a mill that the butterflies could rotate. Turns out the bearings were not up to par. Since this was during the pandemic, finding good bearings would prove to be a challenge. One day, her research students had the idea to use a fidget spinner, and indeed, as you can see in this video, the bearings in these fidget spinners were good enough for the butterflies to move them. This helped the researchers study the movement of the butterflies in a situation where they wouldn't have been able to otherwise. With larger wing area, they were able to fly faster and they are able to fly further as well. This is better for pollen transportation from flower to flower as the ecosystem is able to grow larger. However, global warming will make the butterflies smaller, therefore less diversity for the ecosystem. Of course, there are many variables in nature and even when performing the laboratory warming experiments. For example, it is hard to create natural temperature change and humidity, and direction of the sunlight is hard to mimic in the laboratory as well. Furthermore, we need to consider the location of each subject, whether they are close to the heat, whether they have enough resources, nutrients, and other natural aspects. Despite the difficulties, this research was able to show us the effects of temperature on butterflies and the potential effect global warming might cause on our ecosystem. This also alerts us that global warming is affecting our surroundings in ways we may not be aware of.